In Matthew chapter 3 at verse 12, John the Baptist made an interesting statement about Jesus. He said, his winnowing fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his threshing floor. He'll gather the wheat into the barns, and he'll burn the chaff with unquenchable fire. A few years ago, I was in northern Ghana, and I was watching as a woman had a bowl of millet wheat, and she was throwing it up into the air and catching it back into the bowl, and throwing it up into the air and catching it back into the bowl. She was allowing the wind to separate the chaff, the unusable part, from the wheat, that which they would use for grain and to make food. John is alluding to that idea with Jesus, that Jesus will come into our lives and Jesus is going to separate that which is of no value to that which is of great value. And one of the great promises about the work of Jesus in our life is that he's going to purge us. He's going to cleanse us. He says he'll gather the fruit into barns. Jesus put it like this. He said that we should store up for ourselves treasures in heaven. Rather than just living for things that are temporary and passing, we should live for things that are eternal. You know, I can think of 3 eternal things: God, his word, and people. And so the investments that we make in our relationship with the Lord, the ways we get to know the Bible and work it out in our daily lives, and the investments we make in people and in leading others to Christ or helping others grow in Christ, those things have eternal value. They'll be stored up for us as treasures in that eternal barn in heaven. He also said that he would take the chaff and he would burn it with unquenchable fire. And that is another great promise. Jesus has the way of coming into our life and burning away those things that are not of value, burning away those things that draw us away from him. And so the more time we spend with Jesus, the more time we're in his word, the more time we're in worship, the more time we're gathered together with the people of God, God has a way of using those things to take out of our lives the things that shouldn't be there. I think if we're struggling to walk with the Lord, struggling to give up a tendency that we know is not pleasing to the Lord, the key is spend more time with Jesus. Allow him to use his winnowing fan to thoroughly purge his threshing floor. God bless you.